All right, guys, we are back together for another full body Pilates flow. I am back at the lake for the summer and wanted to take you along with the workout that I'll be doing this morning. I appreciate your patience as I've taken a little bit longer than normal to post a class for you guys, but I'm getting married next month and I've been very busy with planning. So wanted to get back to it with a class with this beautiful setting in the sunshine to kick off our day. So we're going to be using two props for today's class. We've got our Pilates stability ball and a set of light hand weights. I've got 2 pounds today. You can maybe go up to 5. We're not doing too much arms today, so feel free to take it a little bit heavier if you want. Also the option to add on ankle weights for part of our lower body sequence today. So if you do want an extra challenge, just grab onto those now. And then when you're ready and you've got your props, meet me down on the mat and we'll get started. We're going to begin with the stability ball right at the base of your spine, just wedged behind your tailbone and the mat. You're going to grab onto your hand weights and extend them right out in front, right in front of your chest. Let's roll the shoulders down and back, lift through the chin. You're looking straight forward. We're just going to start to pulse the upper back and lift it forward. So pulsing back on that ball and lifting forward. We're going to be here for a couple of rounds. Always the option to drop those weights if it ever becomes too much. Just want to make sure that we're really avoiding letting those shoulders curl up towards the ears. And then from here, we're just making sure that tailbone is tucked. We're using that ball as support, but not weighing all of our weight back on it. Trying to think about pulsing up off of the ball and then leaning back on it just to get a little bit deeper into the movement. We're here for 6, for 5, keeping those arms straight forward, little bend in the elbows, last 3, 2, we're gonna hold it halfway back, and now just start to lift the arms up over the head and back in front of the shoulders. So the weights stay connected. If that makes it more comfortable for you, I find that gives me a bit better control. We just lift those arms right up overhead and then right back in front of the chest. We're here for 6. We'll add on in 5. Keep using that breath. Big exhale on the effort and inhale to return. Last 2. Next time those weights come back in front of your chest, we're going to open them wide to a T. Little bend in the elbows and then back in front to lift up overhead. So weights come in front of the chest. We open wide to a T. We close them back in front and we lift back up overhead. Bring them back in front of the chest. Open wide. Bring them in front and lift. Nice work. Making this a nice fluid movement. We've got 5 more, and then we're just going to focus on the widening of the arms and closing. In 3. Nice work, guys. In 2. Breathing into those shakes. I want you to lean 1 more inch back. Last one here. We lift it up, we bring it forward, we open it wide to a T. Now just focus on that. Bring it back in front, open it wide. Back in front of the chest and open it wide. We've got 6, 5. Nice work. If those shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, I want you to drop them down. We've got 3, 2. Last one here, we're gonna hold the arms nice and wide. Whoops, I've got an ant. Hold them nice and wide. Lean 1 more inch back. Really tuck that tailbone. Think about sliding your ribs down into your hips. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up. Let's set those weights to the side. We're going to shimmy that ball down our back about in between the shoulder blades. So midway down your back, if you were wearing a bra strap, it'd be right about there. Your hands are going to come behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Let's just start with a pulse through center. So we lower back on the inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to lift up, look towards the tops of the knees. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Nice. Keeping with this for 6. Leaning back, 5. Nice. For 4. Taking this nice and slow, I want you to try to lift your shoulder blades up off of that ball as you curl up through center for 3. For 2, we're gonna add on this next one. We're gonna lift up through center, draw that right knee into the chest. As you lower your head, neck, and shoulders back, we tap the toe down, and as you lift, we pull that knee in. Tapping the toe to lower, and lifting, pull everything in. We've got 6. Nice work. For 5, use that exhale. 4, For 3. We're gonna add on and extend that leg in 2. On this next one, the knee comes into the chest as we lift, and as you lower back, option to extend that leg long and pull it back in. If this is not for you today, you just stick with the toe taps. We've just got 6 here. Nice. For 5, we're gonna add on a twist for our final level here. In 3, in 2, big exhale as you lift. Last one, pull that knee into your chest. Now we're gonna take the opposite elbow and twist cross body, trying to bring that underarm up towards the knee. As you come back through center, you either extend that leg long or you tap the toe down. As that knee comes in, you twist. And as you lower down, the leg goes long or taps the mat. Finding that twist on the lift. As always, we use that exhale to get a little bit deeper as we twist elbow to knee. We've got 5 more here, and we move on in 4, in 3, last 2. Can you give me a hold on this next one? Lift that elbow up towards your knee. We pulse it all the way up just for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Drop that foot. Let's lower the chest all the way down. Open up through your elbows. We're going to do that set on the other side, but before we go to the twist, we're going to take a few curls through center. So find that exhale, lift up through center, look towards the knees. Inhale to lower back. Exhale to lift. We've got 5, and then we take that twist. In 4. Nice. In 3. In 2. Next time you lift up, we hold. We take that left knee up into tabletop, and as you lower down, we tap the toe. Lift and squeeze, tap and lower. For 6, and then you've got that option to add on in 5. Nice work, guys. 4. For 3. For 2, now you either stick with that toe tap, or next time you go down with the head, neck, and shoulders, you extend the toes long and then pull the knee into the chest. So either tapping that toe down to the mat or extending that leg long. We've got 5 more. 4. We add the twist in 3. In 2. Let's pull that knee into tabletop. Take the opposite elbow, right elbow, twist towards that left knee. Come back through center and either extend that leg or tap the toe. We find that twist, getting into the obliques. Nice. We've got 6, 5, 4, for 3. Nice work, guys. Last 2. We have that hold, and then we're done with this sequence. On this next one, twist elbow to knee. Find that little hold or pulse for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the foot, lower back over the ball, open those elbows nice and wide. Take a breath. We're going to change up our position here. So when you're ready, prop yourself up. Take that ball and place it in between your inner thighs, about an inch down from your knees. We're going to use our hand weights for this one as well. So we're going to start laying all the way down. We're going to work this into a hip bridge sequence. All right, we're going to start with those arms right above the shoulders. From here, press equally into both of your feet and start really slowly tucking through the tailbone, rolling 1 vertebrae at a time all the way into that hip bridge. Hold it high at the top. Let's squeeze through those glutes. Give me a little pressure on that ball. Pressing down through all 10 toes, just holding here. We're going to start with the arms. We're going to take those arms to a nice wide fly, little bend in the elbows, and then bring them right back up overhead. Opening those arms nice and wide and lifting them back up. So the hips stay super steady. We're squeezing through those glutes. We're engaged through the hamstrings, pressing equally through both of those feet and trying to squeeze a little bit on that ball. Pulling up through that pelvic floor and zipping the legs together. We open the arms and pull them back through center. We've got 5, and then we're going to add the hips. And 4. Keeping a little bend in the elbows as you go nice and wide. For 3. For 2. Now we're going to hold the arms up overhead. We're just going to work a full range of the hips. We tap the bum all the way down and we lift it all the way up and squeeze. Tap the bum down. Lift it up and squeeze. Nice work, guys. Tap. Exhale to lift. Tucking that tailbone, pressing your hips up to the sky. We've got 5, 4, for 3, 2. Let's lift and hold. Now we're gonna add the arms and add the arms and hips together. Open those arms nice and wide, tap the bum down, lift everything and squeeze. Open the arms, tap the bum, lift it all and squeeze. We've got 8, 7, relaxing through the neck, making sure you're looking straight up to the sky. It's very sunny where I am. I have to close my eyes for this one. We've got 5, for 4, for 3, 2. Let's hold everything up on this next one. Now we're just going to start to lift the heels and lower the heels down. I want you to lift them no higher than a kitten heel. So we don't want to pop all the way up onto the ball of the foot. I want you to take it nice and slow, lifting about 1.5 inches up off the mat and then slowly lowering down. We lift it up about 1.5 inches and slowly lower down. Squeezing onto that ball. You should feel a little bit of a shake here, especially as you lower those heels. If you take it nice and slow, let's go 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, option to keep the heels lifted for this next set. We're going to tap the bum down as we lower those weights towards the forehead for a tricep dip. So the weights come down to the forehead, we tap the bum, and then we squeeze and lift everything up. So bend at the elbows, bring the weights towards the forehead, tap the bum, and then lift. Option here to keep those heels lifted to just level it up a little bit further. And if that doesn't feel good for you today, you lower the heels. I'm going to give you the option to finish out this series with the heels lifted, which is just going to add a little bit more intensity to the backs of the legs and the inner thighs as well. We've got 5. We've got 2 rounds of pulses to finish in 4, in 3, in 2. Arms are going to stay lifted. We're just going to pulse those knees into the ball. So squeeze those inner thighs. Little pulse, 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 pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7. Really trying to change the shape of that ball. Keep pressing your hip bones up towards the sky for 4, 3, 2. We're going to take a pulse of the hips up 1 inch and down 1 inch. See if you can keep that squeeze on the ball. We're almost done here. If you want to add a little bit more intensity, bring those arms back a bit further up overhead. We've got 8, 7. This is going to finish out the sequence. You got it. Keep on going for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Roll it all the way down. Set those weights off to the side. You can just hug your knees into your chest for a little breather. We're going to turn onto our side in just a moment here and do a little bit more obliques and then get into some legs. So keep that ball in between your inner thighs. We're going to come onto our right side. That right forearm is down onto the mat. Your knees are about 45 degrees away from your hips, and you've got that inner thigh, you've got that stability ball between your inner thigh. We're going to grab onto one of the hand weights. We're going to start by pressing into the forearm and the knees and lifting up into that modified side plank. You're going to take that weight up overhead, pressing right above your shoulder. And from here, we're going to thread the needle, taking that hand underneath your waist and trying to square your chest with the mat. Then we're going to reopen, lifting that arm up to the sky, twisting back down and lifting back up. Nice. Finding that twist through the waist. This is great for spinal mobility, but also really working that right side oblique. We're holding ourselves up by finding that pinch in the bottom side waist. Nice work, guys. We've got 5 and then a pulse. And 4. Nice. Taking it slow for 3. Really reaching that arm all the way underneath for 2. On this next one, that top arm's going to reach up. We're just going to pulse the hips 1 inch up and 1 inch down. You should really feel the squeeze on that bottom side waist for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We hold the hips up and just start to squeeze the ball. So press that top Knee down towards your bottom knee, squeezing into the ball. I want you to keep lifted out of that bottom shoulder. And if you're feeling it in your neck, you look down towards that forearm. We're almost done here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. You can set that weight off to the side. The ball is going to come underneath our side waist, right between your ribs and your hips. This ball is here as a reminder for us to lift up and away. So we're not leaning on the ball like this. We're pressing out of that shoulder. We're lifting up, like almost try to think about pulling your skin away from that ball if you can. Your knees are gonna start stacked about 90 degrees away. Top fingertips right in front of that ball, or you can take them behind your head, which will add a little bit more core challenge. We're gonna take that top leg long and extend it. If you have ankle weights and want to add them onto the sequence, now's the time. We're gonna tap that toe down and lift it back up in line with our hip. Tap the toe down and lift it up. So we're nice and open through the chest. We're lifted through that core, the belly button's pulled back. And we're just squeezing through that side glute, lifting that leg and lowering. Nice. Again, if this starts to bother your neck, you just look down towards that forearm and that should release any tension. Pointing through that toe, the leg is nice and long. We've got 6, 5. We're gonna turn this into sweeps in 4, in 3, in 2. Let's lift that leg back in line with your hip. We're gonna sweep it forward, use that core, and then sweep it back, use the glutes. Sweeping it forward and sending it back. So like I said, fingertips behind the head is a little bit more of a core challenge. If you want a little bit more support today, you just take those fingertips right in front. We sweep it all the way forward and all the way back, taking it nice and slow. I want you to feel the squeeze at either end, really engaging through that glute when you get to the back. Let's go 4. We're gonna have a pulse. In 3. Nice work, guys. 2. We're gonna hold it to the front on this next one and take a little bit of a pulse, 1 inch up and 1 inch down. If you're using ankle weights, it's probably feeling pretty spicy right about now. And if you're doing it without, maybe you try this class one more time with ankle weights next. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend through that knee. We're gonna come into a tabletop position. Bring one of your hand weights with you. Let's meet in a tabletop position. We're still working that left leg. So from here, that ball is gonna come right behind the crease of your left knee, and you've got that weight handy right above your right hand. So we're in a nice strong tabletop position. Your hands are right under your shoulders. We're pressed out through those shoulders, nice and long through the neck. We're gonna flex that left foot that has the ball behind it, and we're just gonna start to press that heel up to the ceiling. So I want you to squeeze your heel towards your bum to keep that ball in place. Tap the knee down, really flexing that foot, thinking about pressing your heel right up to the ceiling. Okay, now we're pulled up through that belly button to support the low back, nice and strong through that core. I don't want to see any sinking ribs. We're nice and strong through that core, flexing through that heel. We've got 5, 4, nice work, guys. Big exhale as you press for 3. For 2, we're gonna hold that heel up. Now grab onto that weight that's right in front of your right hand and extend that arm all the way forward. Now from here, we're gonna row that elbow back as the knee taps down. And then as you press the heel up, we extend the arm forward. So row that elbow back, tap the knee, press it forward, and heel goes high. Nice. So you're really gonna need to recruit your obliques, your stabilizer muscles here to stay nice and long through that upper body. We've got 6. In 5, we'll pulse. In 4. In 3. In 2, let's hold that arm long on this next one. Heel goes up to the sky. We just pulse 1 inch up and 1 inch down. If this becomes too much for your back, you just drop that weight and take your hand to the mat. We've got 6. Squeeze that heel to bum for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Drop that weight, drop your knee. We're gonna come down onto the right forearm. Left fingertips are tented. So you're kind of opening up your chest towards the side and your hip as that knee goes high. and then comes back down. So we're taking a fire hydrant here, lifting through that knee, and then closing it up. Again, we're pulling up through that bottom side oblique as you lift that leg. Staying nice and strong through the core, open through the chest, and relaxed through the neck. Keep squeezing that heel towards your bum. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold that knee high. Now we're gonna pull that knee towards the elbow and then just bring it right back in line with your hip. So pull the knee in and release it back. Try to tap your elbow and then release it back. We've got 5. Nice work. For 4. Find that exhale as you pull it in. For 3. For 2. We've got 1 pulse just to finish this out. Bring that knee back in line with your hip. Pulse it 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Squeeze that heel towards your bum. Try to pop that ball. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close that knee down. Amazing work, guys. We're gonna switch right up over to the other side. So come onto both hands, grab that ball and place it right behind the right knee. We're gonna reverse ourselves out of the sequence. So that's hand weight is gonna come right in front of your left hand. We're flexed through the right foot. We're pressed out through those shoulders, nice and long through the neck. We flex that heel and send it all the way high. Close the knee down. Press it up on the exhale and close that knee down. Nice. Keep pulling up through that low belly. Ribs knitting in through center. In 6, we're gonna add that arm. In 5, keep pulling that heel towards your bum. Try to pop that ball. For 3. For 2, let's hold that heel up on this next one. We're gonna take that hand weight into our hand and extend the left arm forward. Now that elbow is gonna roll back as your knee taps down, and then our elbow extends forward. Pull that elbow back as the knee comes down. Staying nice and long through your spine. This is not a cat-cow. We're not bending through the spine. We're staying nice and long, which is an even greater challenge for our core here. Nice. We've got 5, 4, 3. Nice work, guys. Last one here. We're going to extend that arm forward. Heel goes to the sky. Give me a little pulse. 1 inch up and 1 inch down. This is way too much for you today. Just drop that weight. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that weight, drop the knee. We're gonna come down onto the left forearm, tent those right fingertips and start to open that knee nice and wide and close it up. Taking that fire hydrant. Again, keeping that heel pulled down towards your bum. Opening nice and wide, recruiting those obliques. In 5, we're gonna take those knee pulls. In 4, in 3, in 2, let's lift that knee nice and high. We're gonna pull that knee to tap the elbow and then release it back in line with the hip. Tap the elbow and release. Tap that elbow and release. We've got 5. In 4, we pulse. In 3, in 2. Last one here, that leg comes back in line with your hip, pulsing that knee 1 inch up and 1 inch down, really pulling out of that shoulder. I want to see you nice and lifted through that side waist. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that knee down, remove the ball. Let's take a little child's pose here, sending your hips all the way back. And we're gonna go on over to the other side to reverse our way out. So let's grab that hand weight. We're gonna come onto our other side. We're gonna start with our legs. So that ball's gonna come on your side waist between your ribs and your hips. We're on that left forearm this time. That top hand can either be behind your head or right in front of your chest for more stability. We're gonna extend that top leg long. Your bottom knee is about 45 degrees from your hip. We're just gonna start to tap and lift. Pointing through that toe, lifting away from the ball, and staying nice and lifted out of that shoulder. If your neck starts to feel it, we look right down at that forearm. Biggest thing is to keep that toe pointed, keep this hip lengthening away from your ribs, and squeeze through the very top side of your glute. Nice work, guys. Hand behind the head for a little bit more core challenge. We've got 6, 5, finding that full squeeze at the top for 4, Nice. Last two. We're gonna lift that leg up in line with the hip. Give me a sweep forward and then send it back. So I want you to take this nice and slow. Use your core to bring it forward, almost towards your belly button, and then send it back. Really squeeze that glute. This should be like a 180-degree motion nearly. Bringing it forward and sending it back. Nice work. We are coming to the end of our class here. We are in the final few minutes. So let's stick with it nice and strong here. In 3, we're going to pulse to the front. Nice. In 2. Last one here, we're going to pull that leg forward. Give me a little pulse, 1 inch up and 1 inch down. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee. All right, here we go. We're going to take that ball in between the inner thighs. We're grabbing onto one of the hand weights. We're pressing ourselves up into that modified side plank. Your knees are 45 degrees from the hips. That hand with the weight goes nice and high. We start to twist that arm underneath, threading it down, and then opening it right back up. So squaring that chest towards the mat, finding that twist, and lifting it up. Getting right into those obliques. Very good. Find that exhale as you twist it down and inhale as you lift. For 5 more here. For 4, I want you to reach that hand as far as you can underneath your side waist. For 3. For 2. Last one here, we're going to lift that arm all the way up. Now give me a little pulse of the hips, 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Trying to press that top hip up towards the sky. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Now pulse that top knee down into the ball. Changing the shape, trying to pop that ball for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Set both those weights off to the side. We've got 1 minute of a core finisher just to close off our practice here. Let's take that ball right behind your back, grab onto both hand weights, totally optional, but encouraged. Let's take the hand weights right behind the head in your hands. Fingertips just touching behind your ears. Want your feet in line with your sits bones. Knees are apart. We take a crunch through center. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Not here for long. Just finding that crunch through center. Nice. We've got 6, and we'll pulse. In 5. In 4. In 3. In 2, we're gonna hold the chest up, reach those fingertips forward with or without the weights. Give me a little pulse to the front. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3. Can we hold the weights forward? Can you lift your knees into tabletop? Our final challenge here, we're gonna take 10 toe taps. Tap the toe down and lift. Tap and lift. Those weights can reach to the front or take them up overhead for an even greater challenge. Let's go for 8. You got it. For 7, 6. Final 5 of class. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Set those weights off to the side, hands behind the head. Let's just roll back over the ball, open up through the chest. Amazing work. Releasing any tension in the back. We're gonna come up to a seated position. Set that ball off to the side. Let's just take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide for a little hip opener here. I want you to lean forward. You can use your elbows to press your knees away. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to deepen into that stretch, bringing your forehead down towards your toes. 1 more breath here. We roll on up. Let's take a comfortable seated position for a final breath together. Big breath in, arms go all the way up overhead. We breathe in that good energy. We exhale, hands through heart center to lock it in. Thank you so much for joining me for that full body class. Please leave me a comment to let me know what you liked about that class, what you'd like to see more of. I love to hear what classes you guys are loving on YouTube. So I'm going to continue trying to post as much as I can as I come into my wedding season, and I hope to see you guys on the mat again soon.